But let's bring in Patricia de Lille now. She's a leader of the Good Party. She says that Buthelezi made an extraordinary contribution to the politics, and she's also extended the condolences to the family of Mangosuthu Buthelezi and also members of his party, the IFP. She joins us now to reflect more on Buthelezi's life and political contribution. Ms. de Lille, good afternoon. Welcome to eNCA this afternoon as we continue paying tribute to the man who passed on this morning at the age of 95. You have said publicly that he contributed extraordinarily to our political life.
Yes, definitely, Dan. I want to pass my condolences to the Buthelezi family, the IFP, the Zulu Nation, and of course, South Africa. He will surely be missed, but he was involved in politics during the struggle for liberation, during our new democracy, and continued to be the voice of reason, especially in Parliament. We know that his relationship with our late Tata Mandela, who once appointed him as the acting president, has always been great and respectful. We will always remember his soft voice, gentle giant. He was never shouting, but he always stood on principles. And we, as the younger generation of politicians, can learn a lot from the example set by our late leader.
Yeah, and I mean, as we reflect on on his contribution, some commentators are pointing out to the complex nature of that, but honoring him for having been part of the ushering in of the multi-party democratic state in 1994, albeit that the IFP entered very late into that process.
Yes, I do recall at the World Trade Center during the CODESA days and the CODESA negotiations, when we had any disagreement that the late Prince did not agree with, he will go back on a Friday and go and consult, and then come back with his party position the Monday. But he's always pleaded with us that we must never give up hope. You know, he continued to burn that flame of hope, even under very, very difficult circumstances. I remember I was with a delegation that went the morning after the massacre of Boipatong, and saw how the crowd chased out FW de Klerk. And again, you know, he was the voice of reason, calling for the whole matter to be investigated. And there are many, many other examples that we can think of in his contribution, especially stopping the violence that was there before our democratic elections.
Yeah, in Parliament, you've mentioned his role as that quiet voice. I mean, I recall scenes when the Parliament got rowdy, shouting. He would ask to speak and ask people to really argue with respecting each other's spaces and times.
Yeah, he was the real voice of reason and very matured. Sometimes he just stood up and assist the Speaker of Parliament to bring order. So he will call everybody to order, tell them about the decorum of the House, ask them to sit down and debate. And there were many moments like that where he was a real voice of reason in Parliament.
Yeah, I mean, besides his ripe age of 95, at which he passes on, I mean, would you say he's run a good race?
Oh, definitely. You know, I had a very good relationship with him, father and daughter kind of relationship, and we always exchanged messages. And I used to call him my leader. And it was just amazing how even as he was growing older, his brain, there was absolutely nothing wrong. He had a memory like an elephant. He could remember things going back 30, 40 years. And always, by quoting history, put things into context. We will miss those long speeches that he's made, but every time in his speeches, he reminded us about where we came from. So even in our new democracy, in various roles, he continued to be an active member of parliament, and we will surely miss him.
Yeah, and I mean, his spirit recently, as noted, of reconciliation, he wanted to see parties working together. Yes. I mean, he was even appealing to the ANC to take him back.
He was very, very balanced. When he felt that that government did something wrong, he will say so. But he did not just only criticize, he will also offer a solution to some of the challenges that we face. And that is the balance that's needed now in our country, whereby, yes, we do have a lot of problems, and we do make mistakes, and we must learn from our mistakes, but we must look for the solutions so that we can continue to give hope to all the younger generation that's going to take over from us one day. He was a classical example of that balance within politics.
Yeah, and that balance is going to be very important as we head into the future. Yes. There are some lessons there. Thank you very much, Ms. Patricia de Lille, leader of the Good Party. She's also Minister of Tourism of the Republic of South Africa.